Hi everyone, welcome to the second video from this page in Tiny Year by Agotapop and Colouring Heaven magazine. We are on page 34, September, and we have a jolly looking sunflower to colour today. Here it is. Now you know that I have a little fear of yellow, but I'm going to be brave and go for it. I'm just trying to decide whether to start with a more orangey colour. I mean, you can get the sunflowers as sort of red in, but I don't think we'll do one of those. Or whether to start with a slightly more browny colour, but I think I will just start with a very bright yellow. A deep yellow, I suppose. This is 11. It does look a little bit orangey to me on my screen, but it isn't really. So we're just going to start and do the base of the petals. Just going to crack on, really. Hope everyone is good today. I'm colouring a flower. Always a nice thing to colour, isn't it? Can you see the technique I'm using today? Because if you look at sunflower petals, they often have what looks like little lines in them, and they're drawn like this in this particular picture. So if we colour like this, now what I'm doing is I'm lifting my pencil gradually more and more. So my line is going to be darker at the bottom than at the top. No, it's not going to be massively visible because of it being yellow, but I thought I'd give it a go. So these gaps in here we need to colour in as well. I'm just going to go around and do them all. Because the petals are behind, they're the base of a petal that we maybe can or can't see all of. Like that. I hope everyone's doing well and getting lots of colouring done. What are you colouring? Tell me. Are you colouring this? Are you colouring something else? What's your current whip? Have you got lots of different pages on the go or just one? I am colouring, what am I doing next door? Oh, Rita Berman, her Vasa or Hidden Oceans. She's now released it in English, but I've got the original German edition, which is The World Under the Microscope in Water or something like that. Very long-winded title. I assume they thought that people would want something simpler. But anyway, it's not my favourite of her books, but I've done quite a bit in it, and I just thought I would, you know. I'm just going to... These are much darker than these, so I'm just going to go around and add a little bit more. Because although they don't need to be even, it does look a bit older if it starts off dark and then ends up light. But I'm beginning to enjoy doing the underwatery things more. Fish and stuff. I'm beginning to lose my concerns about how to colour fish. I'm like, right, I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to colour them however I want. This is 110. So, yeah. And that makes it much more fun if you're not thinking, oh, how do I colour a fish? One of the pages I actually looked up some fish and found one that looked really similar to the one that she'd drawn and copied the colours. So that was one way of doing it. I've used some colour cube cards on some or colour palettes, and then you just have to do what works, you know. So there are different ways of approaching the pages without having to think I've got to try and make this look like a real fish, because you really don't. So that's fun. I've got a few autumn books hanging around to start doing. Possibly more on video than for myself. I'm not sure yet. I'm trying to... Some people I know aren't keen on seasonal colouring, but I think it's quite nice to do a few bits of seasonal stuff, particularly as when Wonderful Wildflowers comes out, I'll be doing so much in that, I know, that I will then forget all about autumn. And although it'll be November by then, but, you know, and then I'll be having to think about Christmas as well. So I thought if I got some in early, if it's too early for you to do autumn colouring, you can always do it later. You know, it's there for you when you're ready. And of course there's lots of other autumn colouring if you're ready now and I'm being too slow for you. I'm going to finish these off now, just actually colour them all in. yeah, if I'm being a bit too slow for you, then look back at what I've done before, because there's plenty of old autumn things. There's an autumn playlist, so you can have a little look as well. In fact, I might put up a link to that somewhere on my socials, so that people can yeah, that might work, because I know sometimes it's not always easy to find, because they don't always put autumn in the title of a video that's autumn themed, so it's not always easy to find it. So I tend to have a little playlist so that you can find them easier. But if there's anything specific you want, ask me and I'll tell you if I've done it. Now, the centre of sunflower, not really sure. Usually brown, aren't they? I think I'm going to make something up a little bit. Oh, I've got an itch. Something's itching me. 16. I'm going to do a layer, light layer, and then I'm going to get some darker blacks. Not blacks, browns. It's always funny because when you look at the centre of a sunflower, it always looks, I think they look brown, but sunflower seeds are black and white on the outside. Why? I'm going to use 76 to do all the dotting. So there's individual little circles here which need filling in. Do the best you can, don't worry too much about staying in the lines. They are small, so as I say, just do what you can cope with. Like these ones on the edge, I'm not doing each one individually, I'm just doing them as a group. So excuse me, you might find it easier with a pen because you get a fine nibbed pen, you know, gel pen or something, but I'm quite happy doing it like this. Seems to be quite a love of sunflowers. I know Rita's got sunflower pages in her books. Johanna has in Secret Garden. There's a big sunflower, isn't there? I didn't spot any in the new book though, but you know, it's been a while since I saw the flip through, so there might be, but they are nice to colour and nice to have. It's interesting because they had some in my local supermarket, you know, cut ones that you could, my husband was looking at them, he said he liked them, and so he was sort of considering them, and he didn't get any. A couple of days later they were gone. You know, they're all flopped over and looked like they needed to be binned. So, oh, lucky we didn't get any. Although I think sometimes once you get them home you can look after them better, but even so. Right, that's just a bit pale, isn't it, still? So I'm going to get a lightish brown, the number 7, and do a little bit of, now is the centre dark or the outside? I don't really know. I'm going to just layer up a bit. Just do a bit, maybe more around the edge, less in the middle, give it some shape. Maybe darker here. I'm not really sure what I'm doing. I'm just going to do it until it looks decent. And I can't describe to you what that means. Just until I feel that it looks right. There we go. Now we've got, oh, we're all wonky. Right, stem and leaves. Let me see, I'm just looking at my swatch chart. I have, I think I'm gonna start with the 55 to do my darker areas and then finish off with a lighter colour. So I'm going to put a bit here, then I'm going to sharpen it. Yours might be sharp enough already. Then I'm going to just put a dark bit along there and there. Do the same on all the sort of stalky bits. like that. Then on the leaf, I think I'll do it in the middle. I can't remember what sunflower leaves look like. This one, I'm going to go around the edge here towards the middle like that. And then this one down here, sort of fade it a bit like that. There we go. Now I want to go over it with a number 5. Very small number 5. It's not that small. It's not small enough to give me a cramp or anything. There we go. Now I'm going to go over everything because the colour we used just now is not the best colour to match a 5. It's just darker. But if we put the 5 on top of it, we can see it coming through, but it also blends it and makes it look right. At least I think so anyway. Like that. Now I just noticed we've got these little dots around our sunflower. And they could be, you could do them in green, like the leaves, or you could thinking maybe a gold might be nice. You could make it look like seeds. The seeds are coming off the plant and do them in sort of brown, but I think that's, I'd rather it looks like magic than seeds. So I think I'm going to do them. I just want a little bit of something to finish off these leaves so they look a little bit better. I'm going to use this 53. Just going to do the edges a bit. Make them look brighter just on the tips. Like that. Same on this one. Brighter there. And then I'm going to go back to my number 5 and just sort of do a little more just to blend it up a bit. Hopefully it'll end up looking, yeah, that's better. You might not see, this one particularly needs a bit of help. You might not see a big difference, but, and yours might not need to do this extra bit. You may have already got enough layers there. But there we go. Now I am going to grab a, should we do, oh, we'll use one of these Stardust glitter pens and use the gold. It is number 703, just for reference in case you want to grab the same one. We'll get a bit of sparkly shine, but what you could do as well is take a different one. I am going to use a green. This one. This is the 727. Sorry, you can't see. And I'm just going to make up a few dots around it as well, just to extend our magic. There we go. Why not? I'll come outside so you can just see. There we go. So there is our next one done from that page. As I said, I think it's yesterday. I think the next one might be a planner. I think. So there might be a bit of a gap before we get our scarecrow, but it will come. So this whole series will get done. The whole page, I mean. But thank you for watching today. I hope that you have a really super day and happy colouring.